This detail did not go as planned, and it's probably one of the worst experiences we've had in a while. So I'll let the video play as the day started, and I'll jump in once the detail gets going, and I'll break down why it was so bad. Welcome to a new video. We are heading out to a mobile job site. It is 3 services. It's a full interior cleaning for $220 or $220, $260, a wash and wax for $260, and then PPF removal for $100. So give or take around like $600-ish for this job site. It's 20 minutes away, so it's not that bad. And again, like I have all the information here on Jobber, which is the software we've been using for the last 4 years to run our business. So if you want to get a free 14-day trial plus a special discount, just click the link down below to give it a try. But right now we are gonna head our way over there because the mobile team is already there, and I'm only there to give them like a little boost. This week it's supposed to be really hot with 110-degree weather. So I'm just there for a few hours to help them out. That way they're not there out in the heat as much. So let's go and work. And we are on the job site. Again, it sucks if you watch my last video that I would like to be able to talk when we're working, but we're gonna have the generator running, the vacuum running, the air compressor running. At some point the extractor is gonna get turned on, the drill guns, and it's just so much noise that like I have to do the voiceover or I have to wait till the end of the detail to talk. So I wish I could like be more talkative throughout the detail, but it's just not possible. So first big obstacle was there was a ton of pet hair in the interior. Now the customer sent over photos and we just couldn't see, like per the photo, it just didn't show the pet hair as much as what was actually in there. So as soon as we opened the doors, we're like, oh, that's a lot of pet hair. So already you're like, this is gonna take much longer than anticipated. Now, should we charge more because it's in worse condition? No. Why? Because the customer sent over photos. We supposedly got all the information we needed to give a proper quote. So in a situation like that, because it's our fault, we're not gonna raise the price. We're just gonna do what we have to do at the given price point. The next problem was the cleaning gun broke. Now it was still usable, it was functional, but the actual little cone kept on coming off. So I was holding it with 2 hands as I was working back on the 3rd row. And that was the next obstacle, is that I wanna say 99% of 4Runners only have 2 rows, right? 5 seats in total. But this vehicle had a 3rd row. It's super small and cramped. So I was back there most of the time cleaning up the pet hair. And like I said at the beginning of the video, it was literally like 110, 112 degrees outside. So as we were working, whether you're outside, inside, or especially me being back in that 3rd row, like we were sweating like crazy. I mean, just the shirt completely drenched, super humid, super hot. So that definitely like makes everything worse, just because no matter what you do or how prepared you are, when it's 112 degrees outside, it's not gonna be a fun time. Now don't get me wrong, we've been in situations like this where the interior is much worse than what we expected. But definitely the hardest part about the interior was just the sun, like how hot it was. If there's a lot of pet hair, fine, like we know what to do. It's not that difficult, it's just more cumbersome. But it's just the heat just blaring down on you the entire time. It drains you. Now another thing is we highly underquoted the PPF based on what the customer said to what was actually needing to be removed were two completely separate things. And not only that, but the PPF itself was not, in our heads we were like, okay, it's gonna peel off in one go, because it's a, I don't know if they said it was new PPF or it was a newer vehicle, I forget the details, but in our mind we're like, all right, it should hopefully just peel off as one piece and like maybe an hour for us to remove it. But it started ripping off in pieces, and then we were like, oh, are you kidding me? Like, it's hot outside, we're sweating, the interior was bad, and now the PPF doesn't want to work with us and doesn't want to come off. So at some point we were like, we're not gonna, in the conditions that it is right now, meaning this hot, outside like this, like, it's not gonna work out. We're not gonna remove the PPF. Like, we should bring this back to our shop. So we did not continue the PPF removal because not ideal environment. One, we underquoted that disgustingly as well, but we were like, yeah, we can't do this. Let's, instead of like getting stuck on the PPF part, let's just continue with the wash and wax, and we'll figure out the PPF part later. The harder part came, pause, on the exterior. So on this one, as a tip, the driveway was pretty new, like it was white, like there was no stains on there. So we didn't want to clean the wheels, the tires, get the dirt and stain the new concrete. So we rolled the vehicle back on the slope. That way we can rinse off the dirt and stuff. That way it doesn't stain the concrete. So that's not a big deal. But by the time we started working on the exterior, the panels were like scorching hot. It was like, again, like 110, 112 at the time, because it was still peak hotness. So it just like, as soon as the water touched the panel, it would evaporate. The wheels were kind of hot on whatever side the sun was hitting it. So it just, again, like on the exterior, in the sun, blazing, panel super hot, like it's just not ideal. Now moving on to the next part was the paint. I don't know why some Toyotas do this. I've seen it on a Tundra, I've seen it on a Camry, seen it on a 4Runner now, where I feel like there's not clear coat on the paint, so it's super flat, almost like chalky. And because it's so hot, like you don't stare straight into the paint because like the sun reflects back into your eyes. It's really hot, you're tired, you want to get out of there. So we did the full prep process, right? Clean the wheels, tires, wash, clay, iron remover. Now, when it came to applying the wax or the sealant, it immediately dried on the paint. And again, like because there's no clear, or it looks like there's no clear, because even when we were prepping, like you could see a little bit of white, pause, drip down, pause. So when we applied the wax, it instantly dried. Like when you're trying to remove it, and I didn't get footage of this part because again the camera was overheating because it's hot outside. The sealant immediately dried and you literally cannot buff it off. And again, because we're outside, we can't see the paint. It's like we can't see it, but we can see it. So, and then once you actually inspect it, like the paint is dry, the sealant is dried on the paint itself. So we're like, you know, and at that point, like you can't really do anything because you're just not in a good, environment. Like it's too hot, the panels are too hot, like it's not working. So at the end of it all, we say, okay, like working in 112-degree weather outside in the sun, like not it, right? Obviously. So our solution to all this was like we turned in the vehicle, we accepted payment, and we had the customer dropping off their vehicle sometime so we can correct those incorrections, but like in our shop, because like it was just too hot. Like the sun killed everything. That's why, again, like that's why I initially went out with the team to help them get done faster, just because it's too hot. And a lot of times when I go out, it's not like like two people can handle the job, but it's like, it's just hot, dude. Like, I don't want them to be out there. Like, if I can help them shorten the time, it's like, that's great, because it's just too hot to be out there. I think that we had like a day that was like 115 degrees outside, and just being mobile, even with a canopy, even with, it's still like 110, 112, like that's not healthy, that's not good. So that was bad. All right, so that's gonna end the video right there. Let me know what you think of this experience situation in the comment section down below. Now, don't get me wrong, like, this doesn't happen often. Could we have charged more? Could we have inspected better? Could we have whatever? Yes, but this is still like an anomaly against all the other details we've ever done. So, you know, you're gonna have some experiences where you draw the short stick, you go through something that just really sucks, but you know, the next day we went back to normal, nothing was wrong, and you just kind of keep on going on. So as much as it sucked, nothing happened. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you in the next one.